We continue with interviewing the patient with regards to thirst, appetite, and taste. Many people also express that they have a large appetite. This again is something that you have to be cautious about when drawing conclusions. A patient saying they have a large appetite is not always an indication of stomach fire. Many people, especially women, say their appetite is large because they think that they eat too much, but in reality, their appetite is normal. The problem is that they think that they should be thinner than they are. Some people think that they have a large appetite because they are constantly nibbling at food and eating all day long. The question is whether they are constantly eating because they are actually physically hungry, as in stomach fire, or whether they eat because they are bored, mentally restless, or to drown their feelings. These are more heart imbalance patterns than they are stomach fire patterns. Stomach fire will typically manifest with an insatiable appetite, and the person will quickly feel hungry again soon after eating. This is typically seen in teenage boys who immediately after having eaten a large meal will go into the kitchen to get a bowl of cornflakes or a sandwich. This is because their Mingmen has flared up, creating heat in the stomach. Stomach fire quickly burns up the food that has been consumed. The yang heat also creates a need for something solid and yin to create a balance in the stomach, especially something that is cold in its dynamic. Heart imbalances can also affect the appetite. Heart qi deficiency and heart qi stagnation can lead to a person either comfort eating or losing their appetite entirely, such as when people are heartbroken or depressed. Heat patterns can manifest with an attraction to cold foods. This will be both food that is cold in temperature and food that is energetically cold. This is because the body needs to cool down when there is heat. Consuming foods that are energetically hot will often have a negative effect on their symptoms. Conversely, people with cold patterns will either prefer to eat warm meals or they will feel that it is unpleasant to eat food that is energetically cold or has a cold temperature. Individuals with internal heat and a stagnation of qi or blood will often be attracted to spicy food, which is often energetically hot. This is despite the fact that they should theoretically prefer cold food. This is because the hot and spicy food will help to alleviate and disperse the stagnation. Although the hot, spicy substances will ameliorate their symptoms in the short term, they will often have a negative effect in the long run, creating further heat. Food stagnation can manifest with an aversion to eating. This is because there is a physical accumulation in the digestive system that blocks the qi. Food stagnation can also generate heat in the stomach. This can mean that the person soon feels hungry again, even though the stomach is still full. Food stagnation can also cause the stomach qi to become rebellious and manifest with acid reflux or burping, which can also be seen when there is stomach fire. This is because heat has an ascendant energy, thereby sending stomach qi upwards. Stomach fire can also manifest with a stinging or burning sensation in the stomach. Nausea can encompass anything from a lack of appetite to a feeling of wanting to vomit. Nausea is again a sign that the qi ji in the middle jaw is impaired. The reasons can be varied, and differentiation of the relevant patterns will often be based on when the nausea is worst. Nausea immediately after eating is mainly a manifestation of spleen qi deficiency and food stagnation. The nausea arises due to the spleen not being able to transform the food that has been consumed, which then accumulates in the stomach and blocks the stomach's qi ji. If the nausea manifests in the premenstrual phase or arises when the person is stressed or emotionally affected, the nausea will be due to liver qi stagnation, where the stagnated liver qi invades the stomach and spleen, disturbing the movement of their qi. Nausea is also seen in pregnancy and is caused by a disturbance of the chongmai. This is due to the physiological changes that the fetus initiates in the uterus. Chongmai connects the uterus and the stomach. This means that disturbances of qi in the chongmai can disturb the stomach's qi ji. This is only one of the causes of vomiting during pregnancy. Other causes of morning sickness can be stomach and spleen qi deficiency, stomach yin deficiency, liver qi stagnation, liver fire, and stomach fire. If there is stomach and spleen qi deficiency, the nausea will be exacerbated when the woman is tired or if she has not eaten. Often, she can control the nausea by constantly nibbling at food. If she not only has nausea but also has vomiting, the vomiting will not be explosive but more retching. If there is liver fire or stomach fire, the vomiting will be explosive and the vomit will be very sour in taste. Consuming ginger, which is often recommended to relieve nausea, will often worsen the condition if there is fire. This is because it will add to the heat in the stomach. Ginger will, on the other hand, have a beneficial effect if there is stomach and spleen Qi deficiency. Most of these patterns can also be seen when there is vomiting that is not related to a pregnancy. Acute vomiting will come from an invasion of exogenous pathogenic factor or food stagnation. The exogenous pathogenic factor can be heat, summer dampness, summer heat, or cold. If there is invasion of cold in the stomach, the vomit will be watery and contain undigested food. This is because the cold has blocked or extinguished spleen yang, which is a digestive fire. The person will often have a cold sensation in the stomach, and the skin in the epigastric region can feel cold on palpation. Heat will also cause the vomit to be sour or bitter in taste, and the vomit will be odorous. This will not be the case in a cold condition. Summer heat and summer dampness will result in the vomit being yellow and watery. Observation of the tongue's coating and color is important when differentiating between the above patterns. Heat patterns will manifest with the tongue having a yellow coating, whereas the cold patterns will manifest with a white coating. Damp phlegm in the stomach will result in thin, slimy vomit. Vomit that contains blood can be seen when there is stomach fire or blood stagnation in the stomach. Blood stagnation can block the vessels so much that they eventually rupture. Fire can agitate blood so that it bursts the vessel's walls. Thank you for your attention.